Hey everyone, it's your girl Sanj. Y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is so good to see you here again. And y'all, we're gonna have a good time today, okay? Talking about love and relationships, because today I'm gonna give you 10 ways that you can encourage your man. Y'all, I think this is so important because a lot of times as women, we don't recognize the influence that we can have on our men folks, whether that's your boyfriend, whether it's your husband, okay? As wives, as girlfriend, as women, we can really build up these men in our lives with our words and our actions, so that we can create a healthy cycle of love, a healthy relationship, one where we are pushing each other to be better, and pushing each other to be all that God has for us to be. So yeah, this is good stuff, and I can testify to it honestly that by implementing these things and doing these things for my husband, you know, he's about he's about 5'10" or whatever, okay? But these things can make my man feel like 6 feet tall, feel on top of the world, and that's really what we want to do, to build them up. All here for healthy relationships, healthy, thriving marriages. So with that, if this is your first time here, go on and hit that young subscribe button. I would love to have you back. And if this is not your first time here, thank you so much for coming back. I so appreciate it, and I'm about to give y'all some goodness. So we'll get right into it. Okay, so the first way that you can encourage a man is to tell him that you're proud of him. Y'all, the desire to know that people are proud of us never goes away, right? We needed it as kids, we need it as adults too. So this is a way to verbally affirm your man, to let him know that you see him, you see what he's doing out here, and that you are proud of him. You're proud to be his woman, you're proud of the man that he is or the man that he's becoming. This can be so encouraging, and these are really life-giving words for your man. So find something that you truly are proud of him for and tell him. The second way that you can encourage your man is to acknowledge an area that you've seen him grow in and tell him about it. Y'all, these men folks, you know, whether it's big growth or small growth, they are growing, and it's so affirming to know that somebody sees you, right? Similar to what we were talking about early in terms of telling them you're proud of them. So have you seen him working out more? Have you seen him making more effort with your kids? Have you seen him putting in more effort at work and really going for things that maybe he wouldn't normally go for? Whatever it is, you as his woman, you know, we notice these things. We notice everything, y'all. So acknowledge something that you're really seeing him grow in and tell him. This can go in conjunction with telling him you're proud of him. You could say, hey baby, I really noticed you picking stuff up around the house and helping out more. Like, I really appreciate that, right? It's so nice to feel seen, and especially when we're working to improve ourselves or to improve the relationship, to get that verbal affirmation from your partner that I see you, I acknowledge it, and I see you growing. That just gives them that much more motivation to continue improving and to keep going. The third way that you can encourage your man is to greet him at the door, and be intentional about this. And what I mean by this is, it's so common to, you know, your man comes through the door, maybe you're doing the dishes, maybe you're still working, maybe you're taking care of kids, maybe you're hanging out with the dogs, maybe you're on the phone, right? Like, maybe you get home later than him sometimes, right? So the scenarios can be different. However, it is so encouraging for a man when you go and greet him at the door. You get up from whatever you're doing, you go and you greet him, you give him a hug, you give him a kiss, you let him know that you're excited that he's home. Y'all, we all love a warm welcome. And this is something that sometimes as relationships get longer, we can forget to forget to let that person know, like, hey, you're still special and I still get excited to see you when you come through a door, right? So this is something I would encourage you to make it a point to always be intentional about greeting at the door. This also helps encourage them to get excited about coming home, right? To know that they're going to be met with love and welcoming arms. We all want to come home to that, right? Dogs are so good at this, of just like coming up, giving you that love, saying hello, showing that they're excited. And so we can do that for our men as well, and it is really encouraging to them. The fourth way that you can encourage your man is to let him catch you smiling at him. Have you ever just like been really happy, having a really joyful moment, and you're just kind of like smiling to yourself, or you're looking at somebody and smiling and they're like, oh, what are you smiling at? And you're like, it's you, right? Like, we love knowing that people are happy to see us, are excited to see us, enjoy being around us. So this is one that you definitely want it to be genuine. You may not always feel this way, but if you're having a moment where you are just feeling really appreciative of your man, he's there, and you're smiling at him, like, go ahead and look at him. Let him see that you are smiling at him, and let him ask what you smiling at, and tell him it's him. This is so encouraging, y'all. We want with our partners them to know that, you know, through the ups and the downs, through the years, whatever it is, that they can still make us smile and make us happy. So go on and let him see that on your face. It will definitely encourage him. The fifth way that you can encourage a man is to sit him down somewhere. Maybe you sit on his lap or sit next to him and ask him about something that's important to him. That could be a hobby that you know he loves. Most times it might not be work, to be honest, but something that shows like, hey, I know you, I love you, and I'm interested in how you feel about this. Y'all, sitting your man down, whether it's on a couch, on the chair, being there and just expressing genuine interest in something he's excited about, this is really encouraging for them. And honestly, in a lot of cases, especially if you have a man who's not as emotionally expressive, once you can kind of get him to start talking about things he's excited about, it's easier to get him to talk about other things too, whether that's feelings, whatever it may be, so that you can build that emotional intimacy. So y'all, I'll share an example from my life. My husband loves cars. He talks about cars all the time. He knows, you know, what company is dropping this. But myself personally, I'm not a huge car buff, right? Like, I've had my car, we rocking, we rolling, like, I'm good. I don't really look elsewhere. So for me, it takes effort to ask him about cars, ask him about new cars that he's interested in, ask him if he's seen anything new and exciting on the road, right? It may not be a natural interest of mine, but it makes him feel so good to know that I care about that, even though, again, it's not a natural interest of mine, and it gets him to open up. You can ask follow-up questions, and girl, the next thing you know, he gonna be asking about you, and that is so great for building emotional intimacy again. The sixth way that you can encourage your man is to say thank you and to let him know that you appreciate him for things, even if they're things that he's quote-unquote supposed to be doing. So y'all, I ain't trying to lean into stereotypes here, okay? But my family happens to fit into the stereotype or situation where my man does most of the trash taking out. Like, that's his chore. I'll do it every now and then, but I prefer for him to take out the trash. So that's something, right? That's just part of household responsibilities. So sometimes it's easier for us to not feel like we have to say thank you. It's like, oh, you know, that's expected. You should be doing that, which is true, right? But saying thank you and letting your partner, your man, know that you appreciate him for doing those things, it's gonna help motivate him to continue doing those things and to know that those things are appreciated, that they're not going unnoticed by you. Nobody wants to feel like what they're doing isn't noticed, isn't appreciated, is undervalued. So even if it's something small like, yo babe, thanks for cooking dinner tonight. Sorry, Basil just kicked the tripod. Thanks for cooking dinner tonight, or thanks for taking out the trash, or yo, like, thanks so much for helping me put the kids to bed, or thank you for, I don't know, thank you for listening to me rant about what my boss did yesterday. Y'all, thank your man. It helps to add more pebbles into that love boat of appreciation and value. And this is something that's especially important for you to sustain throughout the relationship. Because 5 years in, 10 years in, 20 years in, we still need to feel valued and appreciated. So never stop saying thank you in a genuine way. Okay. The 7th way that you can encourage a man is to pray for and with him. And y'all, like, this one is really, really huge. When Adam and I were dating, we used to pray together in the car on our ways to work. So he'd be driving to work, I'd be driving to work. We'd call each other on the way and pray for each other's days. And y'all, like, it's great, and we all should be, you know, praying for our loved ones, praying for the world, praying for all those things, right, in our private time. But also to be able to share that and do that with your man is so encouraging, and it helps to build them up for the day, because we don't know what folks face out there, right? And they don't always know what we face out there. So covering your person in that prayer is encouraging, knowing that somebody loves them, right, and loves them enough to pray for them and to seek the Father's face on their behalf. And it also is just encouraging, right, to get prayed for, to be able to share what you need and have your person be like, I got you, let's go before the Lord in prayer. So if this isn't something you already do, on the way to work is a great way to incorporate it. It doesn't have to be anything long or elaborate. It could just be 1 to 2 minutes, but it can start to be something that you may be the one initiating it at first, right? But it can be something that grows, and it becomes something that they anticipate and look forward to. And y'all can pray for each other, right? Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be just like you praying over him, but then also him covering you in prayer. And that is so encouraging, y'all. Would 10 out of 10 recommend. The 8th way that you can encourage a man is to compliment his physical appearance. Y'all, let your man know that he's looking fine, okay? If he's a chocolate man, let him know that that chocolate is looking melted, dripped, and you want some, okay? Whatever it is, based on what your relationship is, where you are, like, let him know that you are attracted to him, right? And it doesn't always have to be anything in a sexual way, right? Like, you could compliment his fit of like, yo babe, that's super dope, where'd you get those shoes, you know? Whatever it is, letting him know that he looks good. And we love this as women, you know. Let me know that my nails look good. Let me know, tell me that I'm beautiful every day, right? We love that. Now, we ain't necessarily gotta tell him that they fine every day. You can, ain't nothing wrong with it. But let him know that his woman, you know, that he does it for you, okay? That is super encouraging for a man. And yes, definitely recommend doing that as regularly as you can. The 9th way that you can encourage a man is to set goals with him and to create spaces to talk about those goals. So as people, right, like, we all have dreams, we all have visions, we all have goals, and a lot of us keep those inside, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, I'm all for moving in silence and operating with God and just kind of like sharing things as you feel comfortable. But within a relationship, you want to create a dynamic where y'all can support each other's dreams, where y'all are praying over each other's dreams, where y'all are holding each other accountable in those different areas. So it can be really encouraging to a man for you to create space for him to talk about that, and for y'all to talk about what that looks like for the two of you together. So that might mean, you know, having a little date night, and on date night, you know, y'all write some goals together. That might mean just asking him like, yo babe, what's next for you at work? What are you working on? This shows that you are invested in his future, that you want to see him succeed, and also that you're invested in y'all's future together and building something together. Something so encouraging, right? Of knowing that someone wants to build with you and also cares about your heart's desires. That's really encouraging. That's also applicable really in any relationship, whether it's friends, family. Talking about goals and creating space to brainstorm, to write stuff down, or to discuss is really, really encouraging, and just like bring supportive vibes, y'all. We love this. And the last way that you can encourage a man is to celebrate his successes. And by this, I mean go all out. And by all out, that doesn't mean, you know, you rent in a car, renting, you know, a Maserati or something. If you got it like that, go on ahead, sis. It can also be, you know, making dinner, right? If he comes home and he's got a raise. It could be celebrating some other milestone, right? It could be birthdays, right? Just like making an effort to celebrate his successes, to acknowledge them. A lot of men, and some of this depends on personality, but I've noticed that a lot of men don't really go out of their way to celebrate themselves. They might kind of keep things kind of low key of like, oh yeah, this happened today. And so as a woman, you get to take that and make sure that he knows like, yo, this is a big deal and I'm not gonna let it go unacknowledged. It's just such a kind gesture, and definitely will help fill up the love boat. It'll also help him to be more motivated to share things with you, both those highs and those lows, because he knows that you're there and you're rooting for him. And so y'all, with that was 10 ways. There are so many more. I hope that this was encouraging to you. Let me know in the comments, you know, if there's a couple that you planning on using. Seriously, y'all, it makes a huge difference. And the idea here is that you're doing this for him and being intentional about wanting to encourage him, and he's doing things for you and being intentional about finding ways to encourage you, so that y'all are just creating this beautiful, mutually fulfilling, mutually satisfying relationship that has the legs to stand the test of time. And that is what I want for y'all. And yes, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Go on and hit that young subscribe button if you have not already. Also, I have a similar video, different tips. It's called Ways to Cater to Your Man, if you're interested in that one. Y'all, like, I just want us to be healthy in all aspects of life. And so if you're in a relationship, if you're married, or even if you're single, right, like, all is well, all is good, and we out here growing together. See y'all next time.